Who swindled Dhammika? What happened to Rs 15 billion? Namal's poster printed in advance. Pavitra too was to renege. Basil is back to luring deserters. Who gets Rishad's support?
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Who swindled Dhammika? What happened to Rs 15 billion? Ever since the presidential election was announced, the media focused on a SLPP divided into two factions. Yesterday morning, its official candidate was announced. It was Namal. Political critic Kusal Pereira says that was not unexpected. It is an extension of the Bandaranaike family cronyism into the Rajapaksas. The family may be thinking that if Dhammika contests, he will become the third. So Namal in third place will at least leave the party for the family, he says. Until 6th morning, Dhammika was tipped to be named the SLPP's candidate. He was confident of victory despite the party getting divided. I can win if Mr. Mahinda proposes my name. Go out and support. I have immense faith in Minister Basil's organising skills. I am assured by Namal to work hard for my win. If they work hard, I can win, the SLPP can win, and the country can win. Now even those at the Nelam Mawatha office wonder as to why he has reversed his decision. There are several possible explanations. It was around 11 am on 6th that Dhammika's change of heart first came to be rumoured. Just 2 hours earlier, he paid Rs 5 million to an artist to do a campaign song. Then, some more millions were handed over to a SLPP office staffer for today's ceremony. A poster campaign was carried out on 6th too. But, after 11 am, talk of a possible reversal by Dhammika began to get viral. It was said that Dhammika's mother had been admitted to hospital with a heart attack and that she had asked him not to contest. Not just his mother, the wife, 3 daughters and the son too were worried by his candidacy. Days ago he told media men at Kingsbury Hotel that he can easily get 2 million votes himself if Mahinda guarantees him 3 million votes. The balance can be gained from the campaign, he had said. The total cost of the campaign was estimated at Rs 15 billion. That was at the rate of Rs 50 million per electoral organiser. He had said that since he was unaware of political campaigns, he could give them money and they can do the campaign. Some others suspect the motives behind his withdrawal. It is a publicity plan by him. Tomorrow morning, he will be named the candidate, they said on social media. There were grave suspicions because the mobile phones of Dhammika, Basil, Namal, Karyawasam and Gamini Senarath were all kept switched off since 11 am. Leader broke the news, although unconfirmed, that he would not contest. But that spread like wildfire, and critics started commenting and rumours made their rounds. Chamal met Mahinda on the night of day before yesterday and warned that he would not be in the campaign if Dhammika is made the candidate. Several Nayakathera spoke to Mahinda against fielding Dhammika. It was at their behest that he refused to attend the announcement. Pavitra, too, said she would support Ranil if that happens. Shiranthi pressured Mahinda to field Namal, not Dhammika. Gamini Senarath, who gave Dhammika the idea of candidacy, has become so frightened that he has gone missing since 6th morning. All the above are heresy. There are many who say the Rajapaksas took Dhammika for one big ride. The reasons cited are many. There were posters last night that Namal is the candidate. How can that be possible? Namal went to Anuradhapura last morning and received blessings. Even before he was named the candidate, pictures of him in a photo shoot were sent to the media. That is a plan by the Rajapaksa family. While SLPP deserters attacked Dhammika, Namal got himself in very cleverly. Such were the posts in social media. Some at Nelam Mawatha are now blaming it on Dhammika. Mahinda never promised him the SLPP candidacy. He himself got social media influencers to plant news that he is the candidate. Anyway, Leader TV revealed on 28th April that Dhammika too was invited to an almsgiving at Gamini Senarath's Hakmana home. Mahinda, Namal and Nipuna too were in attendance. It was there that Mahinda first asked Dhammika to be their candidate. With Ajantha too there, the media campaign will be a success, he also said. Bata and the others entered the game only thereafter. It was Bata who confided in Basil about Mahinda's idea of fielding Dhammika. Anyway, Basil had been brainwashing the SLPP big shots that Dhammika had a good plan to rebuild the country. But Dhammika is taken to task now. Some at Nellam Mawatha say that he had humiliated even Basil. Towards the late afternoon, the party hierarchy was worried over Dhammika's reversal. So they had pestered PM Dinesh with the offer of the candidacy. Even the names of Wijayadasa and Roshan were mooted as well. Lanza and Prasanna gave calls all around while having coffee at Water's Edge and joked that Basil and Karyawasam cannot find a single candidate now. The media was unable to get the confirmation until afternoon. Around 4:00 p.m, the letter sent by Dhammika to Karyawasam got leaked. In it, he said he would not contest due to a personal reason and extended his best wishes for the party's betterment and future success. Then, he called a cabinet minister and said in a sad tone, "This form of politics won't do for us. You too, be careful in your work." So something very serious had happened in the afternoon. Rajapaksa family spokesman Udayanga believes a big conspiracy behind it. It seemed there was intense pressure from the outside on the night before yesterday, he said. There is also talk that Ranil has blackmailed Dhammika. The UNP's social media team is taking jibes at the SJB and trying to score for Ranil from Dhammika's withdrawal. Basil, Namal and Karyawasam decided to keep their candidate a secret until the last moment. But Leader TV reported that the candidate will be none other than Namal. While reading today's newspapers, Chamuditha said a party with an enormous following had to announce its presidential candidate from a cramped room in the end. Anyway, Namal's announcement was attended by Mahinda, Basil, Indika Anuruddha, D.V. Chanaka, Mohan Priyadarshana, Prasanna Ranawira, Dhanuka, Lokuge, Johnny, Sarath Weerasekara, Sanjeewa Edirimane, Kutiarachchi, Nipuna Ranawaka, and Jayantha Ketagoda. Many wondered about the absence of Chamal and his son Shashindra. They had been opposing a SLPP candidate all along. Does that mean disputes are bound to happen within the Rajapaksa family too? Namal has been announced, but placing his deposit is yet to be done. He has time until the 14th. There is also talk about supporting someone else without giving nominations. The decision will be known on the 15th. Wait until then. Basil is back to luring deserters. Now there are tales spreading that Basil plans to return to America. His family, especially wife Pushpa, are worried by the SLPP's decision to field a candidate. Prasanna's side accuses Basil's men of plotting at the Politburo meeting to do so. Karyawasam is their prime target. Kanchana said that one as well as Ranjith Bandara, Ketagoda, Renuka and Willie, who cannot win an election, created this mess. Saying so at the Water's Edge talks yesterday on a new alliance, he, however, avoided blaming Namal. Now Basil is said to be trying his best to get the deserters back to the SLPP. Who gets Rishad's support? The so-called SLFP General Secretary Dayasiri signed a pact with the SJB and Bataramullah yesterday to back Sajith at the presidential election. The unveiling of the SJB-led alliance in his support took place today. Hakim, Ganeshan, Digambaram renewed their agreements with the SJB, while Dayasiri, Dullas and Arjuna newly joined the alliance. With at least a few extending support for Sajith on a daily basis, AKD explained it to some journalists. Don't be surprised if a news says Sajith too supports the SJB, he said.
තව ටික දවසක් ගියොත් මම පුදුම වෙන්නේ නෑ. සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාසත් සජිපිට සපෝට් කරා කියලා ප්‍රවෘත්තියක් ගෙවුවේ නැත්තම්. ඒ තරමටම මේක විහිළු ජනක වෙලා තියෙන නිසා අපිට ඒවා ලොකු අභියෝග වෙන්නේ නෑ.
But there are doubts if Rishad will go to strengthen Sajith's hands. That one doesn't answer phone calls these days, and Lucky went and met him in person yesterday. Discussing things for around an hour, Lucky got Sajith online too. Anyway, the ACMC has decided to announce whom it will support on the 14th. Its Supreme Council discussed it for more than 6 hours, said leader Rishad, so he will not be present at the SJB event. He says he had to go to prison due to politics. I can bear things, but not my family. They suffered a lot in the past. Even our party came under pressure and threats. My friends were harassed, all that was due to politics. So I cannot take a decision on my own. We discussed it. We cannot go back to the opposition again. We attend SJB Alliance meetings because we are in it. We have been asked to support it. Also, the President has sent us a letter seeking our support. He also says, what we say is that the prevailing status of the economy should be safeguarded. We cannot go on the reverse gear. One thing is clear. No one is sure about who the winner would be. There is no turning back for many at the presidential polls of 2024. It will decide their fate for better or for worse. Don't forget, it applies to the country's 22 million too. That's it for today.
The Leader. දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.